free throw line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
And you always hear coaches say, hey, make the simple play. That's one of the
keys
to the Raptors offense. Smitty, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they don't play fast, so they don't have a lot of turnovers, but they're also at the bottom of the league in prior assists. What they do is they just try to attack to score on the offensive end.
And here is Powell. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, smartphones and other technology are ubiquitous nowadays. Clippers head coach Doc Rivers says teams do pay a price. Social media and texting has absolutely hurt chemistry, he said. He recalled his championship season with the Celtics. One of the best things that happened to them was during the preseason in Italy. The players couldn't get a wireless signal, and they had to actually talk with one another. Kevin?
Yeah, that connection between players can make a difference. Thanks, David. Lowry's shot is good.
He is just getting hotter as the game goes along, building on a strong start. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second quarter.
Young pass to Gallinari. Jokic with it. Sullinger defending. 2 points. That one goes. Jokic just got his first 2 points of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Pass to Powell. And Valanciunas now atop the key. Carroll kicks to Sullinger. Looks for Lowry. Gets it to him. Lowry can't get that one to fall. For Denver, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Young with the assist from Prez. Now it's a 4-point Nugget.
Oh, and the strings back
even
up.
when Young gets knocked around, he keeps his cool, making these difficult baskets look relatively simple.
Valanciunas with a screen on Harris. Carroll
It shouldn't be. It's a new string.
After coming off the pit.
The way he threw that pass with such ease on the run, that was a thing of beauty.
And last season, DeMarre Carroll missed a lot of time, Steve. Signed the big deal with Toronto, coming to Atlanta. But he was only able to make an appearance in 26 games last year for the Raps.
Yeah, definitely, unfortunately. DeMarre Carroll's one of those guys you want to have him on the court because he makes positive plays. You talk about his defense. Offensive end, he can give you a lot. He can knock down that.
It's all time.
Okay.
All right, come on, guys. Shake it off. We are letting DeRozan get points whenever he wants them.
We welcome you back to Denver, the 16th Street Mall, just down the way from us. Substitution here for Denver. Gallinari, he's checked in for Jokic. Harris comes in for Wilson Chandler. Young's checked in for Murray. And it's D in for Emmanuel Mudiay. And then for Toronto, Jared Sullinger's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeMarre Carroll comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Norman Powell subbed in for Terrence Ross. D in at point guard. Gallinari is out there with Gary Harris. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's Young in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Three-pointer, Lowry gets the three-pointer to fall. Lowry's got 11 points.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Prez kicks to Young. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside DeRozan. That 3 off the mark.
No defensive pressure. That's a 3-point attempt. He loves to have that.
Here's Harris. Sweet little floater. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Outside DeRozan. And nowadays we see a lot less players who stay on one team for their entire career. Smitty, you played for 6 different teams in your career. Would you have rather stayed in just one spot?
No, I think when I look at it, when I look back at my career, at first at the time, Kevin, a little upset moving around, but the experience I got and to win a championship, I got a chance to move from organization to organization, meet so many different people. I like the change. My wife didn't like it.
Just to say, how'd your family react to all that?
Well, the one thing about it is my kids weren't old enough to change. They weren't in school yet, so that helped.
Huge.
My wife, I got to give her a lot of credit. She did a good job of being the champion at home while I was gone.
Do you know what they say? Behind every successful man is a surprised wife. You and I are lucky in that regard, aren't we?
Yes, indeed.
D passes to Gallinari. Prez with the screen for Gallinari. The feed to Prez.
Oh my God,
Offensive
this shot
rebound.
sucks.
The shot's good from Fareed.
You gotta change the shot.
Did a tremendous job coming up with that rebound.
Outside DeRozan. Carroll kicks to Powell. He dishes it to Lowry. Score of the basket is fifth of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Lowry showing how crafty he can be with that hoop inside.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Young dishes to Prez. Back to Young. Shoots from 14. And good. As it just
Are you sure you watch it?
down through the net.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range
It's not
jumper,
showing
but
up.
They seem to be using it well.
Knocked loose.
They'll probably let the clock wind down here.
I think you're right, but so often we see teams who aren't thinking about it.
Excellent work there in transition.
He doesn't give the defense
That's
any time
weird.
to set up. He just goes extremely hard to the bucket.
The Nuggets shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And really, Prez is a fantastic player, a true leader on the floor who his teammates look up to.
Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Cape.
Get the pass, attack. Pass.
And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. They've got Terrence Ross. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Jared Sullinger. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Lowry in at the point.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Prez kicks to Young. Young off a pick from D. It's Barton on the wing. Here's Jokic. And the shot is good. And the Nuggets lead by 2. Toronto's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. 3-pointer, Lowry. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Martin passes to D. And right on target. Good. D's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nuggets.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now, here's Lowry. D right on him. Lowry can't get that one to fall.
And at a time they really need him to shoot well. The exact opposite is what's happening. That pass was a work of art right there.
Raptors trail by 6. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. It's stolen by Prez. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Having a look for Denver.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
On all these possessions, they have to score quickly.
Outside DeRozan. And the 3 off target. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
All right, bring it in. Let's talk, gentlemen.
They're trailing by 7. 9 seconds left in the 4th. Can they get it? Rebound by Nurkic. Prez with the ball. So the Nuggets win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they
No, I was in the game. I just finished the game.
Were electric.
They might be on the old stream.
Folks, for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is
I
Kevin
think you
Harlan
might be,
saying
I don't
thanks for
know.
watching. So long, everyone.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
I always say, we can always do better. He is. So, man. Hey, bro. Feeling pretty good? Feeling good? Nice. Glad you guys picked it up because I didn't even show up tonight. You were fine, all right, Prez? Up. Hey, if that's what you call fine, then we gotta talk, bro. Because that was terrible. I mean, I was trying to be a friend. Nah, I appreciate it.
I'll be right back. I'm back. Thank you. Alright.
Malone and John Stockton are back.
Do you like jazz, by the way?
No,
You don't like jazz music. You don't like
I'm a hip hop guy already.
I bet you like
Oh.
jazz.
I love me some Herbie Hancock.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
love some George Benson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love.
Too
My
young for
favorite
that.
song was Mr. Magic.
I like some
Boom,
Dave. I like me some Dave
boom,
Brubeck,
boom, boom,
the old piano. I like
Boom,
that.
boom, boom, dun-dum, dun-dum.
See, you know jazz. See, you know it. Hey.
You know who else knows jazz? Big jazz fan, Kevin Harlan.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And the Nuggets on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. This is their first chance this season playing the Jazz. Last year they were humiliated in their matches, losing every game in 4 tries.
And they lost the season series against this squad last year. So,
and before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the news that Prez would be put into the starting lineup for this game was not a shocker to many people. Coach said that Prez had earned the spot, and it was the best move for the team. Everybody on the roster agrees with the change, and they're in full support of the decision. There's no sour grapes from anyone.
Thank you, David. Big change for the team, and I'm sure it'll work out.
yeah, and you don't draft a guy like Prez to come off the bench. You figured it was just a matter of time before he was in the starting lineup.
And so much can change between now and the end of the season. Brent, have you ever had seasons that started poorly but ended much better, or vice versa?
Well, there's no question that as you get deeper into the season, a lot of things can change. Injury can disrupt that process. And then the trade deadline can always be really interesting, Kevin, with new moves and new personnel coming in, and that can shift the mentality of a ball club. So, got to stick with it mentally, continue to do your job. You got to stick with the process, Kevin, and the season will end up being exactly what it's meant to be.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Utah, Hayward and Favors holding down those forward spots. Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt, and it's Gobert in at the 5.
And right there, you can see the time that's put in at the free throw strike.
Favors with the screen. Here's Hayward. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone, or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torch them there.
Chandler attacking, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Well, even the dentist would tell you that's a sweet move for that lay-in. And yeah, you got to love his tenacity.
And Favors kicks to Hood. Back to Favors. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go, and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Now here is Hill, guarded by D. Hill kicks to Favors. At the top of the key, Hood. Clock at 6. Back to Favors. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Deep 2 from Hill. And too long on the shot. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
I think the first time you saw Kenneth Faried, you knew he was going to be one of those guys as a special undersized rebounder. Great on the offensive glass, great instincts to track down loose balls, and relentless pursuit.
It's Young on the wing, covered by Hood. Young dishes to Prez. 3-pointer. And he's good on the 3-ball. D's got 5 now. And Prez making his first start as a pro. A big moment for him. And a bit of a changing of the guard for this franchise.
And, you know, they drafted him knowing that he could be the future of this team. And it looks like the future is now. He's certainly earned the right to start.
And it's going to be 2 free throws through contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And George Hill, really, for me, an interesting case study, if you will. Always an unselfish player, always been careful in terms of shot selection and smart on the floor. But with Paul George missing time 2 seasons ago, Hill really stepped up his role and didn't miss a beat. I think he can do even more offensively. He's one of those guys that I think doesn't really realize just how good he is. Maybe he does this season.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Burks the pass to Favors. Hill left side. Out to Hayward. Lets it go with the three. Nice D from Chandler. And for Hill, even as his shots per game have increased, his percentages have only gotten better. Last season, Greg, a career high in three-point percentage.
Yeah, and that spread out offense really has helped. A lot of open looks for everybody. You've got to give him credit, though. He fit in well for this team.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Prez, no good. Jazz trailed by 5. Jacks up a 3. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hayward. Jordan's got 5.
The defense slacked off a little bit. Probably didn't think he would take that one, but he made him pay.
Jokic against Gobert. And Young kicks to Jokic. And that's in. Nice feet on the play.
Well, that's one of his best attributes. Is his passes hit guys in stride.
The pass to Favors. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Favors got his first bucket of the night. Young outside. Gallinari up top. Down low. Jokic. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Jazz trail by 3. And you think about the Nuggets over the years, a lot of great wing players, Brent, for this franchise. Current roster is very heavy with wing players right now, but they've had stars like Melo and Iguodala in the recent past.
Historically, the Nuggets have had some great small forwards. Think about Alex English playing in the 80s, probably the best Nugget of all time, and David Thompson, another great Nugget from the past.
So on the floor for Utah, Hill pairs up with Hood in the backcourt. Favors and Gobert, the defensive big man pair. And it's Hayward in at the 3. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, Utah wasn't going to let Gordon Hayward go to Charlotte. They matched that offer sheet a couple of years ago, and now he's growing into his role as the go-to offensive player for the Jazz. But it's his versatility that really makes him special. He said, I have to be active and have to affect all parts of the game in order for us to be a successful team. And indeed, Kevin, he does a little bit of everything.
Sure does. Thank you, D.A. Prez kicks to Jokic. Chandler the pass to Jokic. He feeds it to Young. Doesn't go for him. And Utah the other way now. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
Absolutely no drop-off offensively with the second unit on the floor. Their bench was a huge catalyst for them to get that win.
Prez dishes to Fareed. Passes it to Jokic. Good! Jokic just got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets.
Beautiful entry feed right where his teammate could do something with it.
Outside Hill. Pass to Hood. 6 on the shot clock. It's back to Hill. Favors sets the pick for Hill. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Another look for Denver. Murray's checked in for Young. And so it's a close.
Attacking us from the perimeter. Let's smother him and take away those easy looks. All right? No easy.
We're pleased to have you back with us here in Denver as we take a look at the exterior of the beautiful Pepsi Center. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Nikola Jokic, getting it done today.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, is there a shot down there that he didn't show them? I'm not sure. Let's see if the D can make some adjustments here as we start the third quarter.
D, he's in at point guard. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Jokic is out there with Young. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And so many teams now make the pick and roll the real foundation of their offense.
Well, the pick and roll game in the NBA, Kevin, is everything on offense. Whenever a possession breaks down, of course, as the shot clock winds down, you're going to find a ball handler and a screener. And some of the best in the business reside on the West Coast. I think about Chris Paul, and I think about Damian Lillard being able to operate out of those pick and rolls with great effectiveness.
Good examples. Here's Favors. It's all in by the Nuggets. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Young. The teardrop falls in. And now a 7-point Nugget lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
It's stolen by Perez. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Hard to believe that Kenneth Fareed was taken 22nd in the draft class of 2011. But he's been a solid player ever since he came into the NBA.
Another one of those players, Kevin, you could classify as just because of his size he was overlooked, but his ability to muscle in and really outwork everybody makes up for that lack of size. Not your prototypical power forward, but he can hold his own.
Burks with it, now guarded by Gallinari. To stop the run, and the shot is good. The Denver lead will get down to 8 on the bucket from Burks. Burks has got his second basket of the night. Perez kicks to Young. The kick out to Barton. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Back to Fareed. Just 5 to shoot. Takes it from 10. Young's shot is off.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Float loose. Back to Diao. Pass to Burks. Johnson with a screen on Gallinari. Burks kicks to Johnson. Pulls up on the wing. The shot, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
D passes to Young. For 3. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
Jazz trail by 11.
Great job, guys. Nice work. Take a seat now. Let's talk. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us.
I mean, they felt they were ready to make a playoff push and acquiring some quality veteran leaders with George Hill, Joe Johnson, and Boris Diaw, I think is just what the doctor ordered.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Reed. Gary Harris comes in for Young, and Murray subbed in for D. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Johnson. Hayward comes in for Joe Ingles. Good checked in for Burks. And it's Hill in for Shelton McIntyre. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. A tall wing pair with Hood at the 2 and Hayward at the small forward. Favors and Gobert the defensive big man pair. And it's Hill in at point guard. And for the Jazz, great. Do you like their moves this summer, adding all those veterans?
George Hill, I think, fits a need at the point guard, but can also play alongside Dante Exum. Boris Diaw, a skilled big man who fits well with Gobert and Derek Favors. And Joe Johnson, a proven shooter and scorer in big-time possessions. So I think overall they did well.
Gobert, the screen. Outside Hill. Shot clock at 6. Favors with the screen, and the call will be against Prez. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough
Are
call
you
right
serious?
there, and really a tough break for the D.
Young with the steal.
Well, a little head scratcher there, guys. There's no reason to force the ball inside like that. I understand the thought process.
Hey,
but,
with the and
passes
one.
has to be better.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
That's how you draw it up. Each guy doing his part. Beautiful fast break. Well, the problem for the Nuggets last season was their defense. They had a hard time forcing their opponents to take bad shots. Active on the defensive end, but not quite enough force.
Favors with the ball. Now guarded by Fareed. Hill. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot.
Young.
It's going to be on Justice Young. And with the Nuggets, Brent, they can defend at the rim. Right at the top in terms of blocked shots as a team, but that didn't translate into defensive success.
Well, the block shots are one thing, Kevin, but retaining possession after the block shot is really the most important part. So as much as Denver has the defensive presence around the rim, it's still about collecting those blocks and then turning over teams and getting possession for yourself.
And that one is good. And the Nuggets lead by 18.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
And Favors kicks to Hill. And off the
Damn.
iron, and in it goes. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter. For Denver, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Young dishes to Chandler. Fareed, and it's put back in by Fareed.
Well, you have got to box out the manimal on the glass. If not, he'll eat you alive like he did there with the offensive rebound and putback.
Hill passes to Gobert. Gobert, the screen. On its way from Hayward for 2. And Kenneth Fareed pulls it down. Fareed's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Young, here we go. And Fareed kicks to Young. Chandler outside.
Here from beyond.
Man, I would have loved to have been a fly
I thought
on the
she
wall
fell asleep.
while the coach was talking to the team at halftime. They've been unconscious from deep.
For 3, Hayward. Hayward missing again. The Nuggets leading by 21.
Nice.
D passes to Jokic. Out to Chandler. To the inside. Prez with the ball. Now guarded by Hood. Fareed outside. He dishes it to Young. The feed to Chandler. And again, Denver with the triple. Brent, you had the chance to play under Coach Greg Popovich during your 4 seasons with the Spurs. Aside from the obvious accolades and plaudits, what stands out to you about him as a coach?
The one thing about Pop that stands out, Kevin, is the simple fact that the rhythm of the season is something that he has a tremendous amount of control over.
Had great feel for it.
There's no doubt about it. Pop's so good about understanding the feelings and the emotions attached to the game. And on top of that, the priority with which the game should have in your life. And that's the kind of player that they're looking for. They understand that the player has to understand the job, his accountability to his teammates, the role that he's asked to play, and then lastly, just how important basketball is in the grand scheme of things.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nuggets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight, this is a quality win now.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series. And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for D.
He did anything and everything it takes to get the job done on the offensive end tonight. There was just no tool in the shed that he did not use against his opponent. And look at that explosion of points. He was awesome.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Well, doing things the right way and not letting up. Straight attack.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. They won this
First game
away.
started.
They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a
What game you playing?
Perfect game. And
What
to
is
have
that?
that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next
We didn't
time.
even get to play together. We didn't get to play together.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Prez.
Hey, man, this is Kenny, man. Congrats on a great win and also getting your season high, man. Your season high in
Yeah.
points, man. Now, is this your best game so far?
All right.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for...
Wait, what? I didn't hear that part. Oh. I'll be right back. Well, by that I mean, be right back to the stream. I just subbed. I'm talking to the stream. Leveltron Gaming. It is a cool name. But yep. I subbed. Ah, I see. Yep. Thanks for subbing also. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Let's test it. Not feeling it. Come on, I gotta find the perfect shot. Yeah, I can understand that. But yeah, I did. Alright. Thank you very much. Alright, you wanna play some Call of Duty or something? Alright.